Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Back at it again, and I'm gonna make it short and sweet tonight because we mock drafting, and let's see, we got about 7 or 8 folks on with us, a few computer picks, but mock draft. Look, my real draft is this Saturday. My main one, redraft wise, anyways. So it's half PPR. Crap, man, go ahead. Just spit it out. What is it? Half PPR? Give it to us.
Yeah, half PPR, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flex spots, and no tight end premium. So it's like your normal redraft. We're doing 16 rounds, and shoot, I'm ready to get to it. If y'all are, you got anything else? We got Chris in the building. Chris, you just want to say what's up before we get started?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna keep getting bitched at the whole time I'm drafting. But we're gonna make it work.
Roll with it. Start it, Craft Man. I'll just kind of talk about it as we go. I'm picking from the 4 spot. Craft Man is picking from the 10 spot. See, Swizzy is picking from the 12 spot today, so we got it covered. We also got people picking from the 1. The White Snake just picked CD. Craft Man, CD got paid today.
Got that big bag. I don't know if he got paid as much as Jefferson, but it was like a 4-year. What was it? 136 mil?
100 million guaranteed. I know that.
Dallas waited till the perfect time, didn't they? To go swoop in there and pay him pretty much more than anybody.
All right, so basically we was wondering. It's funny. I see Akil Galani is on the clock, but I just don't got him in my team 6. So we do got a person picking from right here. Christian McCaffrey at the 102, team 3. Tyreek Hill. I went Amon-Ra. Crap, I've been saying it straight up. I'm reaching on Amon-Ra no matter what. That right there is guaranteed at the 104 unless somebody in that top 3 wants to do something crazy and let one slide. You know what I'm saying? 105, Breece Hall. 106, Justin Jefferson. 107, Jamar. 108, A.J. Brown. 109, Bijan. And the Craft Man is on the clock. What you think of Craft Man?
Well, I said if A.J. Brown made it, then I'd probably take him. But I did avoid the whole Justin Jefferson debacle. Luckily, Akil took him, so I didn't even have to think about that. Because I'm not real high on him. But, shoot, I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs right here at 109.
I like it. 111? I guess that's going to be big dunk.
Now I don't see Dunk in the kill.
I know for a fact it says Dunk's on the clock, but it just don't have him in the team 11 spot. But I'm expecting Dunk to make a pick. All right,
I'm expecting Dunk to take Jonathan Taylor right here or Garrett Wilson. I don't think he takes Saquon or anything like that.
You don't think Dunk will do something like that?
I think that he'll take Jonathan Taylor or Garrett Wilson right here.
All right, so basically, what y'all think about Justin Jefferson going up at the 106? That's what Akil did. There's a lot of guys I would have picked ahead of Justin Jefferson.
I think it comes down to like when it gets down to like the 110 where I was at, where it's like Jahmyr Gibbs, Garrett Wilson, or Justin Jefferson. That's when it becomes kind of tough for me. But I'm not picking JJ over AJ Brown for sure, or like Bijan or Breece.
We got Swizzy on the clock. Jonathan Taylor goes at the 111, and Chris is at the turn right here. So we get back-to-backs from Chris. Chris, what you thinking?
So, I mean, this is just being like a redraft. I mean, I don't really give 2 shits about the age of these people that I'm picking at this point. I'm just going to try and take something off the board. So being at the 112, I got back-to-back picks here. I see my receivers. I got Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison. I'm not really buying into that shit right now. If I'm playing redraft right here, I'm just going to go ahead and take Saquon and then Travis Etienne right off the board right there. I'm set at RB. I don't have to draft another running back until later. I can take James Conner in like the 8th or the 9th round, and I'll be straight.
I like it. Going running back-to-back. I'm high on Saquon. Garrett Wilson goes at the 2, so that's some good value for Big Dunk. Craft Man back on it.
Yeah, I would have took Garrett Wilson if he fell because I would like that flexibility to have and have like a top tier receiver. But the drop off for receivers pretty heavy for me, like with Puka and Marvin Harrison. I do like Marv. I got him ranked up pretty high, but it's not good enough to take over my guy, Kyron Williams. So I'm starting double RBs too.
Yep. So you go Jameer and Kyron, I like it. Then Puka off the board at the 204, Marv at the 205, Derrick Henry at the 207. Akil back on the clock. He went Justin Jefferson first. Let's see what he does. I haven't played a redraft with guys like, well, even Chris. He's in Average Joe's this year. Haven't played redraft with guys like Akil and Dunk in a long time.
Chris, is that where you're drafted in Average Joe's? You at the number 12?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do want to say to people who are going to be listening, we are drafting in the spots that we are drafted in Average Joe's. So this is pretty much like this is kind of the real deal tonight.
Yeah. Yep, no doubt. And so basically, Akil goes Drake London. I love the pick. I would have definitely taken Drake London.
At the 2-7, I like it.
Yep. Then Josh Allen, the first QB off the board. That is by a computer pick, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of us would have pushed quarterback down the board. Probably would have let it slide, personally.
Yeah. I'll take like fucking, I mean, you could probably even hold out long enough and get Stroud pretty late. Like, you could get Trevor Lawrence, like your Dak Prescott or something later on. Like, you can fill up on something else before you're going to try to grab Josh Allen, especially if it's not super flex,
Right.
Yeah.
All right. At the 2-9, I went Isaiah Pacheco. I'm pretty much I'm going into this Average Joe's, and I'm just not really going to care about ADP too much. But Isaiah Pacheco's ADP has gotten way up there. I didn't exactly have to reach for him like that. I mean, he was just right there. But all right, then Chris Olave. So team 3 goes Tyreek Hill, Chris Olave, and Slim Easy. He loves running backs. He goes Achan. What do we say, Craftman? Every time Christian McCaffrey and Achan is always there. It's always there. Best ball right here in this mock. It's probably going to be there in the real thing.
Yeah, I've actually lowered on Achan. He was my bus pick in the last one we did, so I wouldn't have took him there. There's a couple picks that I didn't like. I know y'all like Drake London. I hated it. Wouldn't have done it. I got him way down my rankings, like behind Debo and DK Metcalf and players like that. And then Josh Allen, to go with y'all were saying with him. I mean, in previous years he did have Diggs there, so it was like he had the leg up on all the quarterbacks. This year I don't really kind of look at it as like the Travis Kelce of the tight ends, where he's been so consistent. But I mean, if there's going to be one year where he doesn't finish as the number 1 QB, it might be this year.
Yeah.
All right, so then the White Snake, he started off with CD. He goes Josh Jacobs and Mike Evans at the turn, going with a vet. I feel like that's on brand for the White Snake.
He loves Mike Evans.
My conversations with him. Slim Easy back on the clock. He's always running back heavy, but let's see what he's thinking. He started off with CFC and Devon Achan. He goes Devontae Adams. Then Sam Laporta comes off the board, and now it's back to ya boy.
And they did call you a jackass for taking Isaiah Pacheco, by the way. That's who M really wants. Don't look like he's gonna make it to him if you're sitting there.
Go ahead and have a plan B, big dog. I don't even think he's gonna make it to me personally. I just think we're in a mock and he slid.
I'm just looking at these receivers down where I would be picking. I'm straight. I'm good.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to. That's where I'm trying to sit too. Sitting here in the back, you get a lot of good value with these receivers coming back. And I'm pretty much, I'll tell you now when it gets back to me, I'm taking 2 receivers back to back most likely. Unless one of the running backs I really like falls.
All right, so I went Waddle at the 3-4, then Kelsey at the 3-5. Akil goes Nico. He goes wide receivers heavy. He goes JJ, Drake, Nico. Team 7 goes Jalen Hurts. Team 8, Patty. Brandon Ayuk at the 309. And then Craftman sitting out here, he just goes Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams. What does he do?
I'll be honest, man. I ain't taking Brandon Ayuk over Stephon Diggs or Cooper Kupp or all of that shit. Not in a redraft league like this. I ain't doing it.
Well, since you just said you would probably take Cooper Kupp, I have two I got my eye on 2 receivers that I want. I'm sure Matt knows who they are, but I want to see if this other guy falls because
You talking about Tank Dale sitting down there?
we'll see.
I see him right there. I see
I'm
him
gonna
right
take
there.
I'm gonna take Cooper Cup right here since you pretty much gave me a little insight of Cooper Cup's not gonna make it back. So I know Matt knows what other receiver I'm looking at right here when it comes back.
Let's see. What young
Look,
guys on the
Andrew.
board right here? I feel like Dunk will go like a. He might snag up like a.
Oh, I did get Kyron and Cooper Cup though. Damn it.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
all right
Dunk.
though. I'll take that.
Oh, Big Dunk is back on the clock. So, what y'all think so far? Craftman, while we just sitting here at a pause, any more news we got fantasy football wise? I know we said CD got paid.
Jamar Chase came back to practice. It was his first full practice, so it looks like he's most likely gonna end his holdout and be on the field.
I think that he knows that he's about to get paid. I think after CD got paid, I'm pretty sure that he knows that it's coming. They can't not pay him. He's gonna play. Jamar doesn't look like one of them people that's just gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't fucking play you," because he knows how much it's gonna hurt him if he don't play.
Well, Chase is 1 year behind CD too, so he's asking
Yeah.
for his money a whole year before. So the Bengals
I
really,
wasn't expecting Dunk to take James Cook right there. It's a good pick.
yeah, I like James Cook this year too.
So, Dunk, he's got 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and that's Garrett Wilson.
What do y'all think about going Kyron and Cooper Cup, 2 guys on the same offense in the first 3 picks?
Heck, I don't mind.
What about you, Chris? It bother you to go 2 players on the same team that early?
That stuff don't ever really bother me. So I got back-to-back picks right here. I want to go ahead and knock out some receivers, so I'm going to snag up Stephon Diggs because he's right there. I'm not buying into the Debo Samuel going before all of them. I think now that they got Christian McCaffrey, I think that whole year of Debo playing every other role that he could think of, that shit's done and over with.
Well, you know I wouldn't have Stephon Diggs nowhere near. I got him as my wide receiver 30 this season.
I just take him because right there, I mean, I feel like the value is decent compared to what else is on the board. DK Metcalf right here. I'm not even worried about that. That motherfucker's a bum.
I'm high on DK this year. Way
Yeah.
different than other years.
I'm shushing you. That's why I picked Cooper Cup first, because DK is the guy that I want coming back.
He said he's a bum, Kraft.
I heard right after I said Diggs was a bum, but that's what's great about it. Just, taking the guys we like.
So Swizzy goes Diggs and DJ Moore at the term. I would have had to slide DK. Chris, this is different. Every other year, I'm with you. I think he's a little overrated, but I'm just kind of buying into DK this year. I want him. Kraft, let me get him a doo-doo. You don't need him.
Hey, I got him for a first. First and something else, wasn't it? I didn't trade much. I think it was a 25 first and got him.
I've been trying to make trades with everybody. Like, when I messaged y'all the other day, I was like, it's kind of wild that somebody can send you this off-the-wall, crazy-ass shit. It's just like, why would you send that? And you send something that's, like, reasonable. It's still maybe a bit more my favor, but it ain't as blatantly obvious as the shit you just sent. And then they just be like, insta decline, LOL. I know Akil told me after he sent that one that I sent y'all, he said, this looks fair, great for both sides, right? I was like, no. No, not even close.
It was one of them trades where it was like wide receiver running back for another wide receiver running back.
I do want T. Higgins. I do want T. Higgins. I've been trying to get him in the home league. But, I mean, I can't pay up like that.
Yeah. Well, Debo just went, and my guy, and of course Dunk's always loving his team. He's always full of himself, man. Every time he got the best team ever drafted.
On brand. Craftman goes DK. Slam easy hit him, but he's subpar. That dunk seam is subpar. Craftman goes DK. We just were saying we like him. Then Lamar goes at the 4-4. Joe Mixon, Rashad White, Kill on the clock.
I think all the computers have all the quarterbacks right now.
Kill goes Trey McBreezy. Team 5 is Michael Pittman, and then it's back up to me, and you know where I'm going. I'm not even gonna hesitate. Kenneth Walker is where I'm riding. I'm high on Kenneth Walker this year. His role will be increased this year. And the coach likes him. The offense is going to be faster. I'm all in on Kenneth Walker. Malik Neighbors at the 410. Slim Easy. He's back on the clock at the 411. He's got CMC, Devon A-Chain, Devontae Adams.
I couldn't tell you where it ends going here. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be Devontae Smith. But if it's not, it's most likely Alvin Kamara. And he's probably going to try to lock up his 3 running backs if he can, because that's the way Ian likes to play redraft. So, but looking at Akil's team, what do y'all think about that? Akil's team looks a little bit dynasty related, but it's still a good squad. He picked Jefferson kind of early, picked Drake London earlier than I like him. Nico, not a bad pick, and then Trey McBride. Let's see if Akil is like avoiding veterans.
But you gotta, I think that these boys just got that dynasty mentality. Like I always say, like,
you think picking Jefferson at the 6 is a dynasty mentality pick?
No, no.
I think
taking Drake London, Nico Collins, and then Trey McBride is.
Oh man, I would definitely take Drake London at the 207. Y'all are crazy for letting him slide like that.
He's going 0 RB, it looks like, for now. Ian did go out tomorrow.
I'll say this: you're not crazy for letting him slide, but I'm definitely willing to take Drake London. I mean, he went right above Olave. I'm good with that.
He got decent value on Nico
Devontae? Too. Yeah, man. Tripping.
I think Chris Olave is going to be good when they bench Derek Carr.
Chris Olave is on it. Chris Olave is going to be just fine. He's just not going to have a lot of ceiling games. I look at him the same way, like I said before. He reminds me of Devontae Adams.
First, Spencer Rattler, New Orleans Saints. It's going to be a name to know. People forget about Spencer Rattler because this dude was supposed to be the guy. This dude was supposed to be the guy before Caleb Williams got over to USC.
Chris,
he was supposed to be the number 1 pick.
When we was talking rookies, we brought that up. And before that season, Mel Kiper had him as the number 1 draft pick going into whatever year that was at Oklahoma. Caleb Williams was on the bench that year.
Yep.
Slim Easy, he just goes having running back heavy. Know your league, folks. Know your league, because this is on brand. This is what he's going to do in the real draft, Kraft man. He's going to go running backs. CJ Stroud. So now it's back to me.
Well, before you pick, Matt, I just want to say the running backs at the end does have. He started, his 4 running backs are McCaffrey, Achane, Kamara, and David Montgomery, and he has Devontae Adams at QB. At wide receiver.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about Slim Easy not one bit going into the season. I'll be like, that's a bye week that right there.
I'm sure you will.
Hey,
y'all two got to make the playoffs. We talking to. Hey, before we go with the mock draft, there's something important I do have to say that's like near and dear to my heart that I want to get out. I am the champ last year, and y'all respect me while we mock draft, all right?
Is that true? I can't.
Y'all respect me. Y'all respect me all year long. You know what I mean? Because I'm the champ.
I do show the champ respect. And crap, man, I want to talk about my pick in the 5th round. I just went Mark Andrews at the 5-4, got him a little bit behind ADP. Pretty much my goal is to get a tight end. If I can get him below ADP, or if I can get the cheapest one of a main 5, I want to get one of them. Mark, I would have went Kincaid. I was kind of.
How much y'all want to bet that when Dunk drafts right here, he takes Kyle Pitts after Kraftman picks?
Does he pick before me? No, he picks after me. If he goes Kyle Pitts, he can have him. But about the Mark Andrews thing,
he gonna be like my team raw after he picks him. He's gonna be like my team's raw.
You got Andrews 2 rounds after Travis Kelce and Sam Laporta.
Yep.
That's a steal in my book.
All right, so after that, at the 5-5, it goes Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, George Kittle, Tank Dell at the 5-8, Aaron Jones at the 5-9, Kraftman on the clock. He's got Gibbs, Williams, Cooper Kupp, DK at the 5-10. Kraftman will make a pick, and we'll slide it over to Chris at the turn.
I had to restart it right quick. It was saying it was still on the kills pick. I was looking at guys that were way gone already. So Zay Flowers is on here. I don't want nothing to do with his ass. I've been avoiding him like the plague all off season and might be wrong about it. I want to see what Dunk does after this. Like Chris said, he might go Kyle Pitts. I can pretty much go anywhere running back.
I would pretty much stake my life that Dunk is gonna go Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I would put my money on that too.
I have said that I love having George Pickens as my wide receiver 3 because there's some boom potential right there. But there's a running back that I really like ahead of the ones that are there. I'm gonna go James Conner right here.
I was gonna take James Conner right there at the turn. James Conner's just safe bet, RB3.
Yeah.
He could be a RB2. I mean, he can even put up RB1 numbers some week just out of volume, just pure volume.
Offense should be a lot better. He's gonna have a lot of scoring opportunities. He's probably gonna get hurt at some point in time, but he always does. And most of the running backs miss a couple games, so you can just go ahead and expect that out of pretty much all of them.
Damn.
Kyle Pitts at the 5'11". The value, I'm sure, is what he's thinking right now. The value.
I bet you he says it.
So, all right. So basically, we're back at the kill at the turn. So Kyle Pitts, listen, I've already said that I would take a shot at Kyle Pitts. I would want Kittle before Pitts, for sure. I'm not as. I mean, listen, I'm to the point where there is a tier where I'm just like I would take Kyle Pitts and just hope it hits.
Well, Dunk's not in our average.
Oh crap, man! Froze on us, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Can y'all see me now?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. We just looking at Swizzy at the turn.
Yeah. So right here.
5-12.
You did take my little stash RB with James Conner. I always like to hit on a little James Conner late. I'm gonna take DeAndre Swift right here, and then I'm gonna go over to these receivers. And I do like the George Pickens right here, but I'm gonna just go down a little bit, and I'm gonna grab me some Christian Kirk.
That's a good pick. He was on down ADP, so I guess this is where we start just picking the guys we want.
Dude, I've been doing that from the jump. That's how I do. That's really how I'm doing this year. Maybe not Andrews, because listen, crap, man, Andrews burnt me 2 years in a row, and here I am. If he comes to me, I'm willing to do it again. I know I am. Let's do it. Team Dunk goes for Ramondre. Craftman back on the clock.
And I'm really going to scroll down here, and unfortunately, I'm ruining my strategy because when I make this pick, y'all are going to be like, well, damn. But it's going to screw me up on Saturday. I'm going Rashee Rice right here.
I kind of thought it might be coming. George Pickens after that. Zay Flowers, Najee, they're killing the clock. So Rashee Rice, huh?
Yeah, he was way down ADP. I had to go searching for him just because of suspension, but I think this is where he belongs. I mean, me and you have kind of talked where we'd slot him in at, and I think we said, between Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, something like that. So he's first. He was first on my rankings, right there at that spot. Chris, would you take Rashee Rice over Christian Kirk if you had it back?
I'm taking Xavier Worthy over Rashee Rice.
They even better for me.
I'm about to say, you know where Chris stands.
I'm surprised Lab McConkey ain't gone yet.
I've been trying to get me some Lab McConkey in both leagues. Can't touch him.
I'm on the clock, and this is the first time where I've been conflicted.
I even offered the Bowers, dude. Couldn't get him for the Bowers and something.
All right, I think I'm going to take a shot right here on a wide receiver. And I think I'm going to go Terry McLaurin. This is the first pick where I've been sitting here conflicted. I do want to go wide receiver. I would have went Kyler 100%. So I snagged him. But he didn't drop to me. I do see A-Rich is still there. I think I would be willing to pick, except for I just seen a lot of stuff about him that I did. Man,
he's going to be bad, man. He might be all right for fantasy, but it's starting to look like it's going downhill with his accuracy a little bit right now. Man, he didn't have the whole offseason to throw.
Just freezing up.
Too funny. Well, Keenan Allen went after that. Slim Easy, he goes at the 6'11", goes Evan Ingram. Crap, man, what was you saying, man? You froze up on me.
Oh, did it freeze up again?
Just for a sec. But all right, Slim Easy went tight end. Evan Ingram, that's one that I like to get. The White Snake goes Dak in the 6th. You
Got
know
the Dak
he's looking,
CD stack.
no doubt. Then goes against Mostert. I do like his team. I like White Snake's team, to be honest with you. Back to Slim Easy. Because the White Snake goes ahead and completes a stack at the 6-7 turn. And Mostert, you know, I always feel like Mostert's about to have good games, and he's got him as his running back too, so.
Yeah, we know Mostert's a good pick. He was somebody that I was hoping would fall back to me, but you know, White Snake got what he wanted. Got the Dak CD stack. He's got some good receivers, running backs. I mean, drafting from the 1 spot, I think he did all right starting with CD over McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I'm just
I know we
waiting.
talk about
We're waiting
Matt's
on
Terry
him.
McLaurin pick just got better because Jahan Dotson's not there no more, so that receiver room just got even shittier. Like, even worse.
Yeah.
And it was already bad to begin with.
I'm
Well,
not. I don't really know what to expect from Terry McLaurin, but I've been trying to get him in some dynasty leagues just because of on teams that I'm going for it in. But
I have been reading that out of the Commanders camp that even the joint practices that they're holding, that teams are getting kind of frustrated with Jaden Daniels because he's holding on to the ball and he's trying to run it too much instead of trying to air it out.
even better for Jaden.
Well, fantasy wise, if he does anything for it, you know.
Yeah, I think Jaden's gonna be all right, and that's kind of the thing I got with like against Anthony Richardson is you can get Jaden Daniels probably 6 rounds later, and they're both gonna be rushing the ball a lot. Anthony Richardson might be better around the goal line, but I think Jaden Daniels is a better passer anyway.
Yeah.
So I think you might can get a steal with Jaden Daniels this season. But what we looking at here, Matt? What you thinking?
man, I just wish people would pick Richardson and Burrow and not make me sit here and stare at them. That and I don't know, man. I just don't know what to
Oh
do.
man, it's not even if I was in your spot, it's not even a question. I ain't worried about them bums, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Try
thinking
it.
about either Jaden Reed or Calvin Ridley. Xavier Worthy ain't even crossed my motherfucking mind, man. As if he's gonna have to fall 2 rounds before I even consider him.
Alright. Let him fall.
I'm the same way. You know, I ain't getting Xavier Worthy.
Man,
Chris,
what?
he is all yours.
Let him
No.
fall.
Man, literally though, Chris, I heard somebody on a podcast today, and they took Xavier Worthy really high. I was like, Chris would love this one.
Now see, like, I'm not like ridiculously high on him. I mean, what is this? This is the 7th round. I mean, yeah, I would take a shot on him right there.
Yeah.
So you went Jaden Reed, Matt.
This
And then
dude's gonna be
Ron
running.
Dempsey.
Xavier gonna be running go routes the whole game. This is what he's gonna be doing. Patrick Mahomes just gonna air it out. He gonna get an 80-yard. He gonna get you an 80-yard tutty. He gonna have 2 receptions for like 100 yards and a touchdown, and that's all you gonna need right there. There you go, flex spot.
But
Bam.
when do you know when to play him is the problem.
You
It's
just
like
play him
Gabe
every
Davis
week,
last
and
year. You're going to have this
I
year's
think that he
Gabe
could be
Davis.
more. It depends on how they play him, though. Like, they play this little dude out the slot. I mean, he could eat some people alive. Especially, I feel like he's better to, because they ran a lot of screens for Rashee Rice. Xavier Worthy's way better to set up screens for. He's way faster.
Man, we are in the 8th round, and the QBs are just falling, and they just become values at this point. I mean, A-Rich, ADP of 53. I'm looking at him here in the 8th round with Joe Burrow here also. Like, it's an easy-ass pick for me. It's Joe Burrow. In the 8th? Come on now.
I mean, I'm with you, Crab Man. I mean, I was staring it down. I mean, Anthony Richardson is still there. Comes to a point where it's like, if he just comes to me this next time, I'm just gonna take him.
Shit, I might just go back to back.
I was just,
pick
hey,
him.
dude, Crab Man, I just crossed my mind too. I was like, I might just double tap on quarterback real quick. But hey, And they just keep on falling. But all right, Dunk is at the 7-11.
Oh, my quarterback's way down there. I'm good. Fuck those
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm prepared to go wait on quarterback for a while myself.
Yeah, I have a guarantee. I pretty much feel that both of us kind of have an eye on the same guy. Sitting down there, can always throw you some old Kirko chains in there to just kind of chill and just.
I got about 3 or 4.
I don't think Matt's thinking about Kirk Cousins.
Man, you already know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking anybody down there. I'm thinking T. Law, Justin Herbert.
I mean, I was
Jared
thinking
Goff.
about T. Law.
Jared
Shit,
Goff
I
in the
would,
building.
bro. I would wait and just throw out me some Baker Mayfield. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
You speaking White Snakes language right now. He's got Mike Evans too, so don't be surprised if he tries to get that little double stack going on. That little Wendy's.
Yeah. Definitely gonna look and try to get a stack though. When you do a lot of best ball, you start getting comfortable getting all these stacks, even cheap stacks at the end.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is looking all right. If he throw the ball to Troy Franklin, I might win some money this year.
Yeah, but Troy Franklin, not looking that good.
Yeah. And I didn't do any other Broncos receivers. There was no other ones that I was willing to go out there.
Yeah, because I took him in the home league, and I've just been kind of sitting on him.
Well, A-Rich finally went. Dunk took Richardson.
I
wonder if this is really how it's going to go with quarterbacks falling this far, because that's like right up my alley. Because I don't want to take them early, but I'll take them right here.
Swizzy at the turn, at the 7-8 turn. We at the Cruise Dynasty Podcast mock draft live here.
That sounded pretty professional right there.
Yeah. I was on it. Should have just finished it out. All right, what's Swizzy thinking, though? Still no tight end, still no quarterback?
Who needs them, Chris?
I mean, there's good value little tight end on down there. Just gonna have to wait a little bit for him. So right now I'm looking at receiver. I already know that I'm gonna take the running back. I'll just go ahead and take the running back because I already got decent running backs, but I'm gonna just go ahead and grab one that I can sit and see what happens with him when he comes back. Because I know Carolina's gonna run the ball regardless of whether or not we're losing by 40 points.
Where's your Xavier Worthy at?
He got taken already.
Oh,
Took him higher than ever I would. Yep, he got taken at the 7-7. And then I like Calvin Ridley right here. I mean, I like Chris Godwin too. But I don't have any shares of this dude right here, and I've been trying to get me some shares of him, so I'm going to just grab him right here. Deontay Johnson.
No,
he's apparently goddamn untouchable too. I don't know. That dude, I mean, you can't trade for him. I don't know. Can't get him. The first don't get it done. I'm telling you, first don't get it done.
Man, Big Dunk goes Lad McConkey at the 8-2, and he was saying Lad McConkey. He was calling him what did he say? Cole Beasley.
Yeah, and I guess he wants Cole Beasley in the 8th round, don't he?
Maybe he listened to the Boom Bust episode of the Craft Man convinced him.
He kind of did steal my pick, but I had a guy anyway. On the previous podcast, I said you might as well just name the 8th round the Jake Ferguson round because that's where I'm going. That's the tight end that I want. That's my late tight end that I always try to get. Give me some Jake Ferg up in here.
Jake Ferg at 8-3. Then it goes Ridley, Godwin, Jalen Warren. Akil has pretty much went a 0 RB approach. He went 3 wide receivers, tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, and then went running back in the 7th, and then went wide receiver again. So he's still.
Then went Javante too. Ooh, man, he might as well not even drafted a running back.
Can we kick somebody out of our league and get a kill in here?
Yeah, please.
All right, listen, fellas, this one's gonna be another easier pick. I thought about it kind of crossed my mind to reach in the 7th, but I didn't know exactly where his ADP was. But I'm going JSN right here.
I've been trying to get me some shares of JSN.
I think
like I said, DK. is
Yep.
trash. JSN.
I don't know if
Oh,
you could even get close to throwing JSN over DK at this point in time.
I think it just comes down to the targets. I think that if he was running the routes that they were giving to DK, I think it'd be a lot different.
I keep looking for Noah in here, but I forget that he's not in here.
yeah. Where is Noah Dick Blower picking from in Average Joe's this year?
I think he's picking from the 5. I think he's
The
picking right
5?
after you. I think he's
Whoa, we sniping each other.
seems like he's pretty dead set on Brees Hall or Bijan right there after you go. I mean, he'd probably take Amon Ra if he fell, but you're not letting Amon Ra go. So,
No.
I mean, Jamar Chase, if Chase makes it down somehow, that's gonna be a tough decision for him because I know he likes Jamar Chase too.
Oh man, so Slim Easy goes Romeo Dobbs at 8-11, and you already know
Damn, he dropped down. I was gonna try and get
I
me some
was
Romeo Dubs.
he was definitely my next pick for sure. But
You're looking right at that one, weren't you?
yep, I was definitely going because I kind of went running backs early. I got a couple good ones, but I do need to kind of patch up a back half. But you know, we'll see how it is. So Jerome Ford at the back of that 8th round, pretty at the 8-9 turn, and we'll see. I kind of like the way White Snake has approached the running back. He went Josh Jacobs, and then he's got 2 running backs low that are going to look to get some good play time. I think the White Snake's going to be ready for the real draft, Craft Man.
It's looking like it, ain't it? That picking from the 1 spot isn't a bad deal because you can really go pretty high on receivers. He got Devontae Smith in the 5th round. That seems like the massive steal right there. Devontae Smith in the 5th, don't you think?
Yeah, agreed. I was wanting to pick him, but Kenneth Walker's my guy. If Kenneth Walker wasn't on the board, I would have went Smith for sure.
Nick Chubb went by the computer in the 7th round. Don't do that. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
No, he got placed on the pup too. He's going to miss the first 4 weeks for sure. Which we kind of knew that was going to happen anyway.
All right.
All right. Well, shoot, back to me. I was really looking to build some running back depth. There's none that I really. Duncan just hit me up and said, "Craft's mad at my Cole Beasley pick." The only running back I would take is Brian Robinson right here.
It's not bad.
But I think I'm just gonna pick a player that I think I might would go Tajay Spears. Maybe
You wouldn't take no Edwards with Harbaugh?
no, man. But I think I'm gonna take Brian Thomas. And I get guys that I want. I just wanted to get JSN and I want to get Brian Thomas this year. I want them both.
I was looking at Brian Thomas also. Where the hell did he go already? Oh yeah, Christian Watson did go. I was debating that. I do want a piece of this Green Bay wide receiver room, but it's not looking like I'm going to get that.
No, a kill back on the clock. We done said he's going 0 RB pretty much. See what he does, because I pretty much was wanting to go RB, but I passed. Brock Bowers finally went off the board. That's why we need computer picks. I'll tell you what, though. We need... Because really, we just put this mock draft together at one time. I mean, we was just going to go us 2, and then Chris said he was in 3. Next thing you know, we hit up a few more. Then we got up to 7 or 8 people. So appreciate the fellas out there. They getting ready for their redraft leagues coming up. Probably drafting the same weekend. Play Dynasty with a lot of these guys, but everybody got their own redraft leagues. You know what I'm saying, Crowd?
Oh yeah, and this was the perfect time to do it. I think the main draft weekend is this weekend. If it wasn't last, man, I got a tree frog out here. He's definitely going to be on the podcast. So
Hope yeah, I can hear him. Yeah.
Hope y'all can hang out with this dude. I don't know where he's at, but he's somewhere close by, being annoying.
So Akil's been going wide receiver heavy too. Took Kyler in the 6th, Javonte in the 7th.
He kind of has to take a RB right here, though.
I'm about to. And for anybody out there, if you want to see the results, I'm gonna post this episode on Twitter. And I'm gonna have the draft board on in the comments. You can see what everybody picked. Craftman. Anything else news wise? I mean, we're just kind of sitting here at a standstill waiting for a kill to make his pick, but
I mean, nothing real news wise. I mean, we could talk about what the team's got. Ian's the one that went. His three receivers that he made up with: Devontae Adams, Romeo Dobbs, Keon Coleman. Is any of y'all real high on Keon Coleman this year? Like, you want a piece of that at all?
No,
I've been trying to get him in a deal like where I don't have to spend too much for him. Like if I could get him cheaper, then yeah, I would just stash him just to see, because he's a big guy. I mean,
All right, so we're in the 9th round. Kill did pick. He went with Hollywood. I wouldn't touch Hollywood. That's just me.
not with Worthy and Rashi Rice.
And Team 7 got 2 tight ends with George Kittle and David Njoku. I'm pretty much set. Like, I don't really have to go anywhere, so I'm just going to take best player available. And let's see here. There is a receiver that I like a little further down. But I'm going to make sure I get the quarterback that I think could be a league winner. And I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. Go ahead and double tap QB in the last 3 rounds and get Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels.
All right, so Craftman does have 2 quarterbacks. I have none. Chris, you still got none? Me and Chris still looking for that QB. Dunk is back on the clock. So basically this round went Hollywood with a kill at the 9-6, then 9-7, Njoku, 9-8, Brock Purdy, 9-9, D-Hop. Then Craftman with Jaden Daniels. So basically, let's look at the Craftman's build on his team. Jameer Gibbs, so you started off running back heavy, then went Cooper Kupp, DK, then another running back, reached on Rashi Rice. Yes, I would say this is Craftman's draft is on brand. This is what his team's going to look like when we do this thing on Saturday, no doubt. What you say, Craftman?
It's probably going to look very similar to this. I mean, the first couple rounds can be changed. Jameer Gibbs and Kyron, I mean, that could look totally different. And, that might shape my entire draft. But, I mean, Joe Burrow right there falling that far. I don't think my team's going to look exactly like this when we do our real draft, because I think a couple things are going to change a little bit. But these mid-rounds, like the Jake Ferguson pick, I'm all about that. And, DK and Cooper Kupp, I've been on them pretty much all offseason. So, but that could also be changed too, because I like guys like Debo, Nico Collins, T. Higgins. I like T. Higgins. A lot of guys I like in that range.
Big Dunk, he goes at the 9-11, he goes Zeke, and then Swizzy back at the turn, 9-12 on the 9-10 turns. He's Swizzy on the clock.
I'm going to go ahead and grab me my tight end right here that done slipped all the way down here. Regardless of the quarterback situation, I'm going to take me some TJ Hawkinson. I'll take that in the fucking 9th round. 100%. Even if I got to wait on him a little bit.
Yeah. We do have an IR spot, so he can play in that spot for a little while if you need him.
Yep. And then I'm just looking at the board. I don't really like these receivers that I got right here. The receivers looking kind of mid. I don't really need any receivers.
Who are you looking at right here, Chris?
I'm just looking at receivers right now. Like, I don't see any is what I'm saying, so I'm going to go over here to the running backs and look, see.
Well, receivers he's talking about, it's like Jamison Williams, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers. I like Jacoby Myers right here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just snag me up some Jacoby Myers.
Man, Brian Robinson is making his way on down still. Austin Eckler went 2 rounds ago by the computer. And I think in our draft, I would say that Brian Robinson goes before Eckler.
I think people kind of forget about Brian Robinson there for a little bit. He was a top 5 running back last season for a good majority of the year.
Why didn't you take him right there?
I've already got Saquon, Travis, DeAndre, Jonathan Brooks.
But DeAndre's not going to play for you, and then Jonathan Brooks is going to be out for a little while. Me and
I know,
Matt
but then
hate
I got
DeAndre Swift.
Saquon and Travis.
Yeah. I like the pick, but shoot, I'm going to take Brian Robinson right here.
I like some old B-Rob. Old Antonio
And,
Gibson got that man shot.
you know, I got
Taking him
Connor.
playing time.
I wouldn't mind having Trey Benson, but it's just not. Or Blake Corum to back up Kyron, but I think, you know, if it comes back to it, I might take them a handcuff around later, but I'd rather have a starting running back that's going to be a flex play for me right here than worrying about handcuffing my other guy.
Oh, damn, there goes my T-Law.
I know, what the hell?
Who did that? Fucking computer, bro.
Over Caleb Williams, Tua, Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff's a good pick this year. Well, we say 14 out of 17 games playing in a dome.
Yep. No doubt about it. All right, so basically T-Law off the board. It went. Jameson Williams finally got picked by Big Dunk at the 10-2. Then Crapman went B-Rob. Then it went Gus, Tajay Spears, T-Law. Then it's back on Akil. He's been going wide receiver heavy the whole way and went Kyler. That's what I'm saying. When we do Average Joe's, Craftman, Kyler Murray's just too obvious. There's no way I'm getting him this year. No way. So I've been looking to adjust anyways, and T-Law would have been one of my guys to adjust to. Obviously, I'm looking at guys like Jared Goff because I got him in Raw. I wouldn't mind that Jared Goff's. I was looking at. I see Tua on the board still. Tua with a Waddle stack. I'm definitely gonna look for a stack no matter what, and I don't really mind going Tua, but Tua, Goff, T-Law, those are going to be kind of guys I look for when I do my real draft this year. Because I know I'm not going to get the guy I really want. And I think the guy that's going to drop could be Anthony Richardson. I don't know if I want to play my redraft season with him on my team this year.
I think you can manage it if you get a safe pick later on. Like you could get you can get Richardson and then maybe grab you a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that later. And have that kind of, because you can get Kirk Cousins super late and play him at the beginning of the year if you need to. See how Richardson does. But there's a lot of people super high on Richardson. This just isn't the podcast that is.
Yeah.
If you listened to any episodes last year, we were talking about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, we didn't like him from the beginning, but I'll say that he could break fantasy, but you know.
I mean, that game that he got hurt, he was real close to breaking fantasy that game. I mean, fuck. Dude had 2 rushing touchdowns already.
Well, I seen a statistic on the last preseason game I watched. Anthony Richardson has started 17 games since high school. Not a lot of playing time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We were skeptical, but we have always acknowledged the upside is there. Like, he could definitely go off with his legs, but he's never been good.
I'd definitely rather have him than some Drake May, though.
I went Tua, and I got my first quarterback in this draft. Basically,
bad place to get him.
And if Jared Goff comes back to me, I'm going to go Jared Goff, and I'm going to just double tap at quarterback. Because I got plenty of wide receivers. I'll be a little short at running back, but I got Pacheco and Kenneth Walker. I'm going to just shore up my QBs with 2 guys I like, 2 guys I got stacked with Amon-Ra and Waddle. But I'm not sure if, what you call it, I don't know if Goff, Goff, I was about to say, I don't know if Goff will make it back. He goes to the White Snake at the 10-12. I'm going to be looking running back right here. I was kind of wanting Trey Benson to drop. But I might look for Chase Brown right here.
That's a good pick. I'm glad you brought him up because I'll steal him from you tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah, in the 11th. Because I don't know. Blake Corum, I wouldn't mind a little piece of Blake Corum possibly, but I would definitely rather have Chase Brown over Corum. Looks like the white snake over here a little tripped up. Don't know what he wants to do. Goes Rico.
Nah, yeah, Jared
Dowdle.
Goff and Rico Dowdle. And
Dang,
now
I
M's back on the clock.
think I might be a little bit behind y'all then sometimes. All right, well, Slim Easy's on the clock. He's been patching it up with wide receivers. He likes to go running back heavy. So basically, in this mock draft tonight, you saw a lot of different strategies. You saw the running back heavy crowd, the zero RB crowd, the more balanced teams. Me and Chris punted on QB. Tight end too, right? Nah, I went high on tight end, higher than you know what? I've always said it. For some reason, I just go tight end higher in redraft. I've done it. This will be the 3rd year in a row if I do it again.
I think this is the year to do it. Like if I can't get Ferguson or Njoku there late, I really don't want any of them. I mean, I'd take a shot on Brock Bowers, but he'd have to
There goes
fall.
Chase Brown right there.
Yep, Chase Brown went a 2, Slim Easy, another running back.
All right, now. So really, I have no choice but to go. I'm gonna go Blake Corum just because it could work. I'm not sitting here. I'm saying I'm confident in anything, but you never know what could happen. Just a handcuff, and then I can just drop them if I don't need them. But
yeah,
I mean, there isn't exactly a bunch of. I mean, I'm super heavy on wire. I mean, Dobbins. I mean, I don't know.
I was kind of hoping Corum would fall to me just so I'd have that security with Kyron Williams up there. But I got one more running back on my list that I wouldn't mind having, and the rest of them are kind of whatever.
Go ahead and say it, Kraft man.
Chuba Hubbard. I wouldn't mind having Chuba for the first 4 weeks at least. Jonathan Brooks isn't going to come back until week 5, and they're going to ease him in anyway. So, yeah, Chuba wouldn't be a bad pick here. I might have even took him over Corum. I definitely would if I didn't have Kyron.
Oh, man, Akil sniped you on that Chuba right as you go to talk. So Chuba, so I like Akil's approach. He went 0 RB, and his RBs are Javante and Chuba, and went wide receiver heavy and tight end high. Got the Trey McBride Kyler stack. So I like it. I do like Akil's team.
And here it just comes down to I got let's see how many receivers I got. I got 3 receivers, so I'm gonna have to start taking like a lot of shots. We got 2, 3, 4. We got 6 rounds left. I would say I'm probably gonna draft 5 receivers in the next 6 rounds. I already got a tight end. I got 2 QBs, so I'm just gonna go with good offenses. I'm gonna go down the list a little bit. I do have Jake Ferguson, but Brandon Cooks is just so late. That's gonna be my pick right here. Dallas's offense, one of the best in the league. I'll have the number 2 and number 3 options on the team anyway. And I don't mind stacking anybody on the same team with a tight end. Tight end's gonna score. They're gonna score either way.
Right. Agreed. Big Dunk, he went Jameson Williams. Just always picking loser players, man.
Always. I was gonna pick him too last round.
It just cracks me up. But
Jerry Judy's off the clock right here. I mean, he's gonna be off the board.
Oh yeah, I was waiting on Jerry Judy to come off the board. I was looking to see if he was already off the board.
Going right here to Dunk, I'm sure. The best team ever, the best player to ever play fantasy football. Old Brandon Duncan.
Yep, no championships to his name, but he's the greatest.
We'll have to drop us a keeper league for next season. We'll have to get a whole, different setup with a group of guys and get us a little keeper league going on next year. You know what I mean, Kraft man?
Yeah, keeper league's definitely something I want to try out because that's the only one I hadn't done. Will actually messaged me about this league called a guillotine league. You ever heard of that?
I'm gonna say it's something where you win and maybe you lose your players or something. They always have these weird rules on some stuff. But
yeah, he said you draft a normal team at the beginning, just like a redraft team, and the team with the lowest amount of points, you don't do head-to-head matchups. So the team with the lowest amount of points gets kicked. I mean, they're done for the year. That's it for them. And all their players go onto the waiver wire, and everybody has $1,000 fab budget to spend on players as the season goes on. But if you lose, you score the lowest amount of points in a given week, you're done for the year. And whoever lasts the longest wins.
Dang, that's crazy.
Sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it does.
I told him I couldn't do it, though. I was like, man, I got too much on my plate right now, but next year for sure.
Will's starting to get into the swing of that fantasy football. I've been seeing him on the sleeper app.
He goes Khalil Shakir right here. That's surprising.
So Swizzy on the clock at the 11-12 turn. We went deep in this draft. I mean, fellas, really, well, let's just keep on doing this mock draft. But if there's any kind of values out there or something you want to talk about, any kind of late strategies.
I'm going to go ahead and grab my QB right here. I'm going to take me some Kirk Cousins.
First QB.
Looking.
Cousins finally off the board.
What do y'all think about Kirk Cousins? Like, what's his ceiling this year? Do you think he can get back to where he was in Minnesota? Because first half of last year, he was like the QB5 before he got injured.
Yep, he was balling out. I would say it's not going to look exactly like that, but I think he could be pretty good.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I'll go ahead and grab me another tight end to sit in for Hawkinson. I'm going to grab some Cole Kmet. Be a nice little guy to stream for a bit.
Cole Kmet in the 12th, the 1201, and then back to Team 11, which is Dunk.
Which is where this Jerry Judy's probably about to come off the board.
Yeah. John Dotson's still down there. Jerry Judy's still on there.
He took the Zach Charbonnet.
Zach Charbonnet. And I ain't even looking at running backs no more. I wouldn't mind taking a shot on Dobbins. The Chargers ain't brought nobody in. They said, what's the rookie's name?
Vidal.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to be used on special teams mostly. So it looks like it's Gus and Dobbins.
That's why I was saying, old Gus could be a decent little late round pick because, Harbaugh, that man loves to run the ball.
Yeah. And I said I wanted a piece of the Green Bay wide receiver room. I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of Dontavian Wicks. In the
Got
12.
some kickers coming off the board right here.
And Dobbins did go right after. I was debating Dobbins. There's a couple running backs. Y'all tell me what y'all think about these guys. What about Tyler Algier as a high-end, top-notch handcuff? I mean, he went 3 rounds after Trey Benson.
I think there's a world that the Falcons could have Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson on the field at the same time. Tyler Algier, that dude's, he's a good running back. He's straight. He's your power back and all of that. And I think that there's some value in it. Especially, he's probably one of that premier handcuff at this point. Yeah,
I like him just as much as Corum and Trey Benson, and he's going, a lot later than that. The running backs really ain't too bad. Jalen Wright, take a shot on him. Jaleel McLaughlin's down there. I like Jaleel McLaughlin.
Definitely looking at Jalen Wright. Well, of course, Akil, man, sniping me all night. I'm glad he ain't in that league. God dang. So, I'll give Akil credit. I think he put together a good draft. I'm taking Justin Herbert. I'm going to stir up Justin Herbert in the 12. I'm good with that.
It's all right. These computers going to take all these kickers right here.
Yeah, man, that's the one thing, man. I can deal with kickers and stuff in redraft, but man, in Doo-Doo Dynasty, we gotta get rid of that defense. I gotta start pushing my weight around.
I don't mind the defense. I don't mind the defense. I don't like the kicker, but I don't mind the defense.
Look at this. Broncos. I got the Broncos defense. I have a roster spot with them. Get them out of my
I got
roster.
3 defense. I know y'all saw after I said all that stuff that I'm gonna be streaming any team that plays the Pats. I went and picked me up some Cincinnati Bengals because they play in the Pats.
I had them too. I think I dropped them for another good matchup week 1, but I always stay streaming defenses. In my other dynasty league, I got the Cowboys though, so they just kind of hang in my roster spot. But Matt,
I had the Chiefs defense one year where they were putting up like 20, 25 a year back when they had Jamal Charles and all of them. And they were just fucking scoring like 2 touchdowns a game. Defense was winning me fucking game.
Hey, defenses are better than kickers in fantasy anyway. It takes a little bit of strategy, and I wouldn't mind getting rid of them, but we would have to replace it with a flex spot. I don't want to just get rid of them just to have an empty roster spot. I'd rather have the
Yeah, but you
start
gotta be
lineup filled.
careful with the adding the flex spots and stuff too. You
We can't
really
do that. That's what I'm saying. Like we can't do it.
I'm
This
saying you
late.
don't even. I feel like it doesn't change our format no matter what because it's a defense. Man, it does not affect nothing.
But I'd rather have a
Literally
defense in the starting roster than nothing.
I'm saying it's pretty much the same, anyways. You know what I'm saying? We play
I
the
don't know.
same format. Just think, if you take the defense out, it literally doesn't change the format of what you're playing.
Well, it doesn't change the format, but I'm saying I'd just rather have defenses in there.
Yeah,
If we were to start off like when we took all our votes and added that flex spot at the beginning, I think I might would have rather that, but I don't want to take spots out of starting
all you
roster.
gotta do that. I think the part that we're confused on is why do you have to add a flex spot? You know what I'm saying?
Now we're not confused on it.
Oh. Oh, what the heck? We could just exit out. And nobody would even know. They wouldn't even know.
I mean, I don't know. We I guess we're gonna have to put it to a vote because, like I said, I'd rather have them in there than nothing.
I really don't care because I'm definitely in the minority. I haven't seen one person agree with me yet. Y'all are like 4 and 5 NDB.
I know in the home league I traded Lamar Jackson and they were talking about they were like, oh, let's make it a super flex. So I was like, bro, I had Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, and now y'all motherfuckers are like, let's make it a super flex league. Like, no, fuck no.
I told them straight up, like, if you make it a super flex league, you have to do it in like 2028 or something. You have to be like, you have to vote, and
we have to wait until at least David's competing again before we change.
I don't ever want to change it. Listen.
I don't want to change it. We have a super flex league.
We're gonna do an episode about this, but I was talking about this with Dunk, and he was saying that the quarterback position is harder in one quarterback.
Oh yeah,
than it is in two, and in Dynasty, it for sure is because it ain't like you could just stream quarterbacks all the time. All these quarterbacks on rosters, everybody's got two or three backups, and so it's hard to solve to get up in that top 6.
It is hard to get up in the top. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I wouldn't mind doing one that's non-super flex myself. I mean, I like both of them.
Right.
Look like old Levi took Tyler Algier, and then I like Khalil Herbert this late too. That's not a bad pick. He got Rico, Tyler Algier, Khalil Herbert. I still think that Bears backfield is, I wouldn't say up for grabs, but I think it's going to be more of a committee.
All right, I'm just looking around. I'm going to make my pick. I mean, we kind of just at the end of things. Just patching it up.
I'm going to probably make these 2 picks and then call it.
Yep, and listen, we're just going to really go ahead and start wrapping it up. But yeah, listen, man, I've been thinking about ideas to get more leagues and stuff. I was thinking about maybe we should start a dynasty league, where everybody has to have a co-manager. We get a lot of people involved. You got a teammate. Everybody has some kind of teammate with them. We could even do like a 14-teamer, have like 28 people involved in a league or something like that.
That'd be a hell of a dynasty league.
Yep, it would be.
I don't know if I could have somebody trying to tell me what to do with the team.
You'd have to get you a teammate that'll roll with you. I'll roll with you, Chris.
Give me Dunk.
I'll do your crazy stuff.
Give me Dunk.
Could you imagine Chris and Dunk being
I'll lead Dunk to a championship.
Listen, man, shout out to Dunk, but Chris is right. He's on the hot seat in the home league. That seat is hot.
I know. It's just kind of annoying that he's just like oh, you go type a paragraph? I'm like, bro, I got an opinion on something and I'm giving you my opinion. Like, I don't think about this shit all day. You're the one that brought it up, bro.
Man.
Good Lord, get my nuts out your mouth. I know that you're so damn mad that your boy that you're calling a bonehead every day has made the championship twice and won that bitch once, and you haven't even appeared in it. Like,
Chris going off on Big Dunk at the end of the episode. Man,
like I said, that pressure is on. That pressure is on.
Now, I'll agree with you on that. I ain't gonna disagree with you not one bit.
Because,
About
but
a
what
hot
it is,
seat.
but here's the thing, and there wouldn't even be that much pressure because he puts the pressure on himself. That's where it comes from. Like, that's where it came from. Like Z, I know you say Z's under a lot of pressure, but I don't really feel that
Oh
much
my
about
god!
Zamil because Zamil don't run his
Nah.
mouth as much as Dunk does.
What? Hell no.
As much he might, but as much
Uh,
as Dunk does.
Nah, I agree. I agree. He really doesn't. It is
I just
funny though.
love that they were
Z, the
every
seat.
man
Z, if
crap
you're
the
hearing
past
this, that
two
seat's hot.
seasons. The past 2 seasons, these dude put in their rankings and they got me at like 9, dude. I went to the championship 2 years in a row. Jordan had me at like the 9, and I knocked his ass out the playoff.
Oh
Whooped his
man.
ass. Amari Cooper dropped 55 at that game.
Is that to keep Trey Cut rankings, or they just do their own?
I don't know what they do. I think I mean keep Trey Cut. That sounds up Dunk's alley.
We need to do the rankings for all doo-doo.
Yeah.
I used to have a little. I might still have it. I've got an algorithm that'll do it for you on like Microsoft Excel. You just put in. It's just a lot of work. You got to go in and like put stuff, but it'll make power rankings and shit like automatically for you based
We
off
all
like
know
points
who's
and
at
all that.
one. We all know who's at one.
Man, I'm
Ain't
at
no
3.
doubt about that one.
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
man.
so
We
Fluxfield, and then it's me at 2.
we gonna wrap. Let's just get to where we wrapping this one up. But we definitely gonna do an episode just for our Dynasty leagues. Like me and Chris gonna do one just for the crew. But then for Doo Doo Dynasty, whoever wants to hop on, we gonna do one just for them. You know, we do it at
Man,
try to
fuck
do
the
it every year.
computer. They took Young Hoku.
That's just
That
how
was
it
my
is.
guy.
That
Had
was
him
who
in
I
my
was gonna
queue.
take, dude.
Did you have him in your coup?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know whenever we do the little fantasy drafts on Madden, where you draft your team and you play like a season, I always I take me some Young Hoku every time, dude. Every time I take me some Young Hoku.
Gotta
That
have
dude
that
just
kicker.
don't miss in Madden, dude. He does not miss.
Don't pick Anders Carlson, man. Don't do it. He will ruin your entire season.
What's your craft, man? Say what you got to say to the crowd out there, to the folks out there. Anything left to say to them?
Hey, if y'all still with us, we appreciate it, and appreciate y'all listening. And this is probably it's gonna be our last episode until the draft's over on Saturday, unless Matt's gonna hop on tomorrow. But it looks like we might be set for the season. Got your rankings out there, some mock drafts, some values, and all that good stuff. So
Yep.
we're ready to roll for our leagues now.
Yep, I'm ready. And we're gonna talk once the season starts. We're gonna tone it back a little bit, once a week, and then pretty much figure out how to get our gambling content out. That's kind of our thing. We do the dynasty talk. We pretty much just have conversation on values, trades. Always talking trades that we do and that what we've seen. Break them down from leagues that we play in with real money on the line. Not just some make believe trades. And then we do gambling. We like to gamble. That's our thing. And when we talking gambling, we're talking DFS, prop bets on underdog, over unders, and then we definitely like to hit them game lines. I like to hit them hard. That's my favorite thing. And that's like my favorite thing to do. Period. Out of all the fantasy and everything.
I already got some prize picks saved, but I'm trying to hit that first week.
Yep. So Chris is ready to roll. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get our content out there for everybody. We want everybody to hear our gambling content.
You know, I'm gonna throw me a little money on Clemson. Money line, Clemson. Them dogs ain't shit. Them dogs ain't shit. I can't even take David seriously. He said he only wanted to put 50 on it. Get the fuck out of here. You gotta pay that other bet first, bro.
Alright, man. Well, look, that looks like it's gonna wrap it on up for us, but we out.
Peace.